Great. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming and listening to our Zoom seminar. I am Jonathan Ginsberg, President BEC Education, here with the Mayor of Dublin, California, David Halbert. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Jonathan. I'm happy to be here.
Have the mayor here today is to talk about an organization that we as an education company think is really great for all high school students around the world, the International Mayor's Youth Council. So perhaps first things first, Mayor Halbert, can you describe what is the International Mayor's Youth Council?
Well, I'd like to give students all over the world the opportunity to lead and the opportunity to become leaders and the opportunity to learn from a leader and to participate on a team that I can provide. So I'm using my this opportunity to mentor to students, to train students, but to give students the opportunity to learn on their own and to experience and to grow. And the topics that we cover are wide-ranging and very deep and very helpful to the experience of the student.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of students, everybody's wondering what can they do to contribute? How do they become a leader? All of these things. But before we get into that, I guess what inspired you to create such an organization?
Well, first of all, I saw the need. So many students came to me and said they need more and more opportunities, and more students came. So I'm really proud of our students today. They are trying so hard to give their time, to donate their time, to volunteer. And so many students today are working so hard to make themselves better citizens, to make themselves better leaders. And so they're trying so hard. I felt like it was a great opportunity to fill that demand, to help them. I like to help bring up the young people, and so much that I saw was needed that I felt like it's a great opportunity to help.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Now we know we do have a lot of parents. The way that we understand it, the way we kind of discuss it, it's sort of like the idea of a model UN, as in the mayors all have a council, and just like there's a UN, but for students, but perhaps more than model UN, there are actual issues that the students can make change to today, rather than model UN where they can make no change. But in fact, they can be part of an International Mayor's Youth Council and begin affecting their communities today. So we think it's a really amazing opportunity. Are there certain issues you think students should be concerned about or prioritizing?
Yes. So any leader and any good citizen will always be interested in public health and safety. That's the number one concern for any mayor. Also, in many communities, education is very important. For me, I was a school board trustee for 10 years before I became mayor for the last 8 years. And so education is very important to me. Of course, in our lives, art and culture is extremely important. And we like to build art throughout our community. And we certainly like to celebrate our culture with festivities and activities. I think also civic engagement and just becoming a good citizen and becoming involved and active is very important. And then also every community needs to be vibrant and have economic development, providing jobs for people so that they can make society better. And then, of course, getting around the transportation and infrastructure, sewer and water, electrical power. These are things that are always changing, and we need more and more best practices for transportation. So all of these things are things that a good leader is worried about providing for his community, and things that the International Mayor's Youth Council will be able to learn more about. And we will talk a little bit about the summer project, creating the city of the future. Hearing from the youth and the young ones and the students, what are their great ideas? We would love to have we will talk about a project for the summer. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes, I think that was a great segue to, the idea that, yes, the students can establish this kind of club in their school, which is great. And then with the preparation of this summer of having this really exciting conference and event for training, we understand there's going to be a big competition for designing a future city, your city, your world, and that's very exciting. And can you describe a little bit about that summer program? It sounds maybe the first of its kind.
Yes, it is the first of its kind, and we will bring experts from the different subject areas. So experts on infrastructure, experts on public safety, experts on arts and culture, experts on education. We will have seminars where students will learn from an expert, but then also they will work independently on their own to design the city of the future. And at the end, they will have the ability to present their version of the city of the future. Then they can win an award for maybe the best city of the future, maybe the best for young families, maybe the best for senior citizens, maybe the best for public safety, or the best for nightlife, things like that. We will have lots of awards to win, and it will be a great learning experience. In addition, the students will get to meet students from all over the world. So this is very important, and they can make connections and network for keeping friends around the world for the future. And that is a great thing also. Learning from different people that you compete against is also a very good thing.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really, really incredible idea. And maybe one award would be for fastest growing city, like Dublin won.
Yes, if you're very lucky.
But that would be here in Silicon Valley, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The summer program seems really exciting, really great opportunity. I guess one idea that seems important about the Mayor's Youth Council, International Mayor's Youth Council, is the idea that government doesn't mean politics. That government and policy affect all of us in so many different ways that I think there's this maybe misconception that, oh, if you are into this kind of organization, oh, you must be a political science person. You must only be interested in that. Well, in fact, we're touched in every aspect of our lives, you know, whether you're a structural engineer, you know, or all of these different people all are critical in helping a city to run. I mean, we just want to, how do you feel about that? Or is that a message that is important to the organization?
Well, I will say that, first of all, to be a good citizen, you must study all of these things. It will help you be a good citizen no matter what career you will want to go into. So that's a good learning experience. The second thing I will tell you is that leading local in your community, whether in your city or in your county, this is very different than national politics. Political science majors may want to study international politics or national, federal level politics or law. That's very specific. Local leading is about daily life and making people's lives better. And so if you want to do that, this is perfect. And that's good for everybody.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you don't have to be a political science major or study political science to be involved with this Youth Mayor's Council at all.
Absolutely. That's I think a great point. We had a lot of questions coming from parents and students about that. I think that's a great point, clarification. I guess that might lead us into the next point of what is a public service? As someone who's been on a school board for so long, who's been in politics and government for so long, what does it even mean to be a public servant? Because I think a lot of people still think that means a politician only.
Yes. Well, I got involved with public service simply to help make my community better, to help make life better for my city, and which I was raising my family in. So I want them to have the best life possible, the best community possible. At the time, we wanted the best school district possible for my children. So we built a great school district, and then to have a great community for them to live in. So I became mayor. And so public service in America is about serving the public, and we elect our leaders of the people, by the people, to work for the people. And that's important. And so that's what it means to be a public servant. And that's from the mayor on down. So that's how we do it.
Okay, great. I think it's a lot of valuable information about the power perhaps that all of us have within our communities to make change. Maybe one of the main goals of this Mayor's Youth Council. I have a question. From your perspective, working with so many great leaders and meeting so many great leaders around the world, what do you believe makes a leader great?
Yes. So first of all, you have to have the skills and knowledge and experience. And so that is where you must pick up from experiences like this and experiences like learning in school. But inside your heart, inside your soul, inside your way of thinking, you must be willing to make the community better, to make life better for others, to serve others. A good public servant wants to serve and wants to make life better for everyone. I would say, so they must be very generous with their time. They must be very also open-minded. I love traveling around the world and meeting other people to see how they do things, especially all of the cities that I've been able to visit in China. Many different cities, many different regions, many different subcultures. And I love sharing good ideas, learning from other people. But even that, learning from other countries in Europe, learning other countries in Africa and in Latin America. Together we will learning and trading what I call building the bridge to other cultures. We must build a strong bridge. And that's what you can trade best practices. That's what I think will be the value of the International Mayors Youth Council, a great experience to broaden the way of thinking. So keep an open mind, be willing to meet new people, be willing to discuss new ideas, and be flexible to change the way you think today. And as long as you also have the passion to serve and make life better for everybody, you can be a good public servant and a good leader.
Yeah, I think that's our great points. The power of a good leader in listening and learning from others. There's a big misconception that the leader only gives the orders, right? It's impossible for the leader to learn, but maybe that's really what separates somebody who's just giving orders from being a leader. And also so one aspect is listening, learning, and then I think that was a really good point, the willingness to help. And if you're truly willing from the heart, can you consider the needs of others in a more complete way, in a way that actually helps them?
Yes,
that's very good. Those are very good points. I think these have been some really, really great questions. If we could make it perhaps kind of a question that I was curious about, maybe a fun question. Of all the people you've met, is there anybody that stands out as being maybe the greatest leader or somebody that really made a deep impression on you?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many. I can't pick one. I would say that, and that's important to know. Everybody you can learn from. Something you can take away from everybody. And so I always look for something from everybody to learn from. And so I would say there are so many different examples of that. I can't narrow it down to just one.
Sure.
That's a tough question. Yeah.
Fair enough. And I know that anyway, running a big campaign, however, for supervisor. So we know your time is very limited, but were there any maybe parting words you wanted to give our students, our parents at home, any kind of last piece of advice or notes about the Mayor's Youth Council?
First, I want to say that for anybody that's on this video conference, you're already doing steps in the right direction. Okay, you're participating in an event like this. That means you're very interested and engaged. So good for you. Keep going, and that I hope that you will continue to learn, continue to meet other people, continue to participate in events like this. Come to the sessions as we announce them. Come to the summer session. You will learn so much, but you're already stepping in the right direction. Keep going, and I hope that we can meet in person sometime soon, and that we can keep that you can always reach out to me, always reach out to Jonathan. We're here to help you and make your lives better as well.
All right. Well, Mayor Howard, thank you so much for stopping by our office to give everybody a proper introduction of International Mayors Youth Council. I know you need to leave. We'll be hanging here, answering any questions you have about setting up a chapter in your school, how to kind of make the next step in making this organization a part of your life. But thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
All right,
Thank you.
it.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay. Have a good rest of the day.
I'll call you later.
Okay, fantastic. Sure. Okay, we see we have a little bit going into the chat. All right, we have a thank you in the chat. Okay. All right, we will accept thank yous. We will also accept questions. We're thanking you. You're not here to thank us. We are here to serve you via the public service, all within the idea of public service, community service. We will hang around a few more minutes, allow for people to ask questions. Now, if you do not want to ask a question in the chat, but you just have a question, I think all of you may know how to find us on WeChat. I'm on WeChat as Jonathan. You can't miss me, I don't think. But we have, Julie's in the chats. We have our BEC Jiayu Guwen account. We have our BEC Education Consultant account. We are all here to help answer your questions, and we hope to have more events to share with everybody. And we're very happy to contribute to this Mayor's Youth Council. We think it could be a really exciting experience for those in school, and especially those in the summer. Okay, how I might be able to apply for the summer program? That's a great question. We are in coordination with the International Mayor's Youth Council now about membership applications. So the idea is you first set up a chapter in your school, similar to like a Model UN. You set up a chapter in your school, and then the summer program materials, I believe, should be coming out soon. I need to double check on the specific date, but that will show when it's happening, where it's happening, all the great itinerary and everything. But the idea is during the semester, you would get the practice and experience to learn about, the different aspects of the city. And therefore, when you participate in the event this summer, you should already be, very experienced or have some ability. That is the goal. Great, that was a great question. I know it was sent privately, but I answered it publicly. Are there any other questions? If not, and I guess everybody can slowly, make their way out. But please feel free to contact us via WeChat, and we hope to get to know more of you better. Some of you, I think we already know, but some of you are definitely new faces, new names. So we hope to have a good communication with all of you. Oh, sure, great question. And is it necessary to start a chapter at my school? I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but I'd love to participate. So we do need to check with the organization. They had requested that one team per school joins. Now, that team could be a very small team. It could be a team of one, right? But the idea is that you'd be a school representative. We're getting details regarding the summer, on the specific qualifications, but it would be small teams per school as a representative, and then to participate. But we will be giving updates as we receive them, and we'll be translating them bilingual. We'll make it easy for everybody. And what age group is it for? So the primary age group is high school students. Part of that comes from a maturity in high school. Part of it comes from just an ability. But they have said they would consider outstanding middle school students too. And we will be sending out the application for how to become an official member of the organization. So outstanding middle school and high school students. Any other questions? Those are some really good questions, so I don't want to just end it before anybody gets their questions in. All right, we're gonna give it one more minute. And then if we get another question, we'll keep extending. If no, then of course, we wish that everybody may have a great weekend. And thank you so much for taking some time out of your day. Okay, all right, really appreciate it. Oh, great. How to find the application process. So we will be sending it, if anybody who signed up, registered properly via email, it's gonna go to your email. Anybody who's in our WeChat group, it's going to WeChat group. So we're gonna be blasting it around all over. So I don't think you can miss it. But if somehow you do miss it, please look for any of our WeChats, from my personal WeChat to our BEC company WeChats to Julie's WeChat, and and then we can all follow up appropriately. But we'll make sure everybody has a chance to look at it, consider it, and then submit it. That is the Okay, great. Happy that was clear. Anything on the name of the city project? So the so the organization itself, International Youth Council, and then they'll be having their conference in the summer. So the specific projects that we'll be working on will be revealed with the conference details. And yeah, but the overall name, Mayor International Youth Council Conference. That was a privately posed question, but it's a good question. Everybody might be interested. Any other questions before we say our goodbyes? All right, well, thank you, everybody. And if somehow, there was something you wanted to ask or follow up, we are here. We're always online. We're always, always contact us. Doesn't matter the time, doesn't matter the day. And hope everybody has a great weekend. Okay, this is Jonathan BEC. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.